In the first episode of Alex and Jered we watched Nail Gun Massacre. Well, first of all, I've seen this movie before. You haven't, Jered, so what did you think of it?
I mean, I've seen clips of it before, but
But did you like it?
Yeah. I mean, do I really hate any movie?
This movie is very light on the plot.
It's
The opening, the first shot of the movie is rape.
rape.
It's just black screen, then rape.
Play the movie, rape.
Boot up the disc, rape. The rape was done by a bunch of construction workers, so the rest of the movie is a guy with a nail gun going around killing construction workers.
And people loosely based around the topic of construction. It could
And
be
people and people who happen to stumble upon a construction site. So for the first part of the movie, a lot of the violence seems to be centered around this very ugly-looking house that has a door nailed sideways on the side of it. But then halfway through the movie, they just kind of forget that house was ever a plot point.
Yeah, they like the sheriff was saying all of these murders took place around this house and on this person's property. Could it be anything?
I guess I'll do nothing the rest of the movie. So the sheriff and doctor are trying to solve the case. Well, the sheriff does nothing at all. But there's like an hour stretch in the middle of the movie where neither the doctor or the sheriff even show up. It's just like one scene to the next where random people living life and then they're killed.
The first guy who was like the weird hick abusive guy.
Who was really upset that his wife that he didn't have any shirts. As he
Like-
was like holding a shirt. Ah, damn it, woman, I don't have any shirts!
Throw the shirt. He did that like.
Then after that, there's the two guys that are going out cutting trees.
Well, no. First, there's a sex.
Yeah, who was that guy? Which guy was that?
Fuck if I know.
Was he like one of those two guys in the next scene? They're like going in the woods hunting for trees.
Yeah, yeah, that was. Because remember, he's like, I promised Bill I'd cut wood with him.
And then like they're out in the woods, and then
Surrounded by trees.
And then like
and then the guy's like,
"Hey, look, there's a tree.
like,
I found one, the elusive tree. If he charges, play dead." So anyway, they're killed. One guy is urinating on a tree, and then the other guy is using a chainsaw and whatever, and they're killed. And then the sheriff is like, "Oh, look at these guys, they're dead." Then the next scene, there's just like a dead lady in the middle of town.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's when at that point I realized half the sentences I did not understand. Anyone talking did not like.
Well, the effect that they put on the killer's voice is so like, I don't know what you would even call it, like intense reverb.
Well, I'd say the intense reverb was made for like the soundtrack, because some of the soundtrack is clearly just the exact same effect, just amplified.
Well, like half of the soundtrack is the killer laughing or like him going like, "Whoa, whoa."
It's so weird. Like,
just Hank Hill takes over the soundtrack. Whoa.
God damn it, Bobby.
Dead. Like there's these 4 kids, like two guys, 2 girls, who are like apparently like construction workers looking for work, and they've come to the wrong neighborhood.
And they go out and have a picnic, and that was a really uncomfortable.
A full picnic of Ritz crackers and nothing else.
Ritz crackers and sex, and that was the most uncomfortable scene. I think it went on too long.
Was it the scene from the back where you see the guy thrusting?
It was just an awkward, like, it looked awkward for all players involved.
So then the four young folk, they go to this shop with this old lady who's just looking at the script.
You could clearly tell.
Clearly like once her scene's over, she looks like right at the camera, and then like she like flips the pages in the script, like, "Do I have any more lines?" and then the kids. No, it's not the kids. It's the 2 boys that are shooting each other with nail guns. I think they go and get like supplies from this shop.
Oh no, they're not. No, those guys weren't the ones that like shoot each other with nail guns. I thought those guys were going to have like a bigger plot device.
So did they just disappear? Those 2 guys?
Yeah, remember. They kind of like set it up like, oh, these guys are innocent, but like they're going to be like, accused as guilty because like there's that one scene because all the kids they found in the woods, the ones that were having the awkward sex, which was apparently supposed to be at night.
So two of them go off and have awkward sex. The second guy goes out and looks for them and gets killed, and then the one that's left is just like freaking out after like 30 seconds that she's alone. She's like, "They're dead. They're never coming back."
And then, like...
I gotta be honest, Jared, I only understand this movie in very broad strokes. Most of the dialogue, you can't really understand it because cars in the background. I don't know, like, they didn't do any, like, sound and mixing. Like, I don't think there was a boom guy on this movie.
Oh, no, not at all.
Or if there was, he was, like, asleep or something. Like, okay, the mic's set up, guys. Oh, wait, we're done with this scene. Let's moving on. Cut. Print. Movie's over. Movie's edited. It's out already. So then, okay, so those two guys go and get supplies from the shop, and the lady is really upset that they forgot their receipt. Well, like, she, like, runs out to their truck and is like, "You forgot your receipt." Well, it turns out that's the girl that was raped in the opening. Well, and then her brother is actually the killer. The whole movie, you think it's her that's doing the killing. But then a plot twist, it's her brother.
I thought he was going to be a red herring.
Cause like,
in all honesty,
because he's like too obvious. Cause like he like gives those kids directions, and they're like, "Okay, we'll be seeing you." And then he's like, "Yeah, I'll be seeing you real sooner than you think." It's like, oh, okay.
Really obvious that like he is meant to be suspicious of a character.
And then we have it like changes to a whole different movie for a bit with this guy and this girl on like a date. Going to like Dairy Queen, then they go out and park in just the middle of like a busy street
and
start having sex on the hood because they tried it in the car, but it was a little too cramped. Then finally, after like 4 centuries without the killer, he shows up and he's like, "You are dead." Boom. He has like stupid one-liners in this movie. Like,
it really does.
Can't understand half of them, but the ones I do understand are such classics as like when one guy accidentally pees on the killer. He's like, "Well,
you really just pissed me off."
Crickets. So then, after that classic scene, like 40-minute scene of those two on a date, then it's like, when were these people gonna die? The next scene, it's like a guy reading the paper goes out to his grill.
Well,
and then the killer jumps out of the pool, dead.
There's the long scene of the phone, and like we have to like hear him hold for a few like an unnecessary amount of time for like a movie.
Well, because he's like calling some. I don't know who he's calling, but he's calling someone for like advice or something.
From New York, and like apparently they're going to give him all the answers or something.
Like, I've run this thing through my computer and I don't have any answers. It's like, what did you run through your computer? Like nail guns.
Nail gun massacre. Going to look up the ending of this movie, find out who it is.
Gotta look up the Wikipedia article. So basically, this movie boils down to rape,
sex, and murder.
Brother of the one that was raped is the one doing the killing. Oh yeah, the name of the killer is Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba.
For added amusement. The sheriff and the doctor, they have no idea
what's going on until like.
And then the sheriff is like, "What if it's these people?" And the doctor's like, "No, can't be." And then he goes to their house, and then they like chase after Bubba, and then he kills himself. So then the killer's just on the just dead, and then the doctor is like, "Well, at least the killing's over." And then the sheriff is like, "Is it? Is it over?" It's like, thanks for that.
It's like, it's never over. By the way, remember when you were like, in 10 minutes there's going to be no more gunshots during that one part where they put gunshots? No more gunshots.
Well, like, in the scene with the girl freaking out about her friends going in the woods and not coming back, this guy comes to comfort her. And she's like, "I heard shots in the woods." And he's like, there's hundreds of gunshots every hour around in these woods. And then the next scene, we hear like gunshots in the background.
Yeah, we never did before. Like,
and we don't hear afterwards.
Yeah, it's just for that like scene. Like they're like, "Oh shit."
We mentioned there's gunshots and there's no gunshots anywhere. Let's just put some in right now and fool the audience. Also, like, what do they mean there's hundreds of gunshots every hour? Like, what kind of heckin' nightmare war zone are these woods?
Also, after that scene, they have the weird, like, shootout. Like, with nail guns, which we've already established is very hazardous.
I'm not sure that's how nail guns work. I thought you have to, like, press the nail gun up against something in order for it to... But these are like the industrial nail guns.
Which, apparently, like, are just like guns, except you need to hook up an air compressor to them. But after they shoot each other with nail guns and being like, that was fun. It's almost as much fun as we had raping that chick. And it's like...
And the killer walks in, what the hell did you say? And she didn't say that'd be funnier if he said that, but he just comes in and kills them.
Yeah, but like
Some stupid
kills them with a nail gun, surprisingly.
Some stupid one-liner that you can't understand. It's all the deaths in this movie. Most of the soundtrack, if it's not the sounds of the killer's laughter or puking, it's like just like brief, like half a second sound bites of a guy falling on a keyboard.
Or that semi-eerie music.
Well, the only good music in the movie is during like the chase scene at the end. That the music gets kind of jazzy. They kind of kicked it up a notch for the grand finale.
They really did. The grand finale of like that turn. That's all I really remember of like.
This whole car chase is basically just them going down to a straight line. They like go up a sand mound, then they go down and they get stuck.
Well, the killer gets stuck, and he gets out, and he's like, "Shit, I'm going to run up this crane because."
Oh no, there's nowhere to go. Jump off, I guess.
Well, he fell off. I don't think like he committed suicide. It looked like a complete accident.
Boba's not very smart. The movie's not false advertising.
It really ain't. It is a nail gun massacre.
Well, you see, Jered, at least this movie's over.
Is it? Is it over?